www.rochellearthurs.com.
Hi guys, and welcome to my Logic Pro X tutorial. In this tutorial I'm going to show you how to make your screen look more presentable when you're creating your tracks. So I'm going to show you a bit of an interlude that I'm doing for my upcoming EP. We're going to use this as an example to make your tracks look lovely when you're creating them, and add some colours and make your arrangements look more clearer to the eye for you and whoever else might be looking at it. So the first one we want to do is to start by looking at the global tracks and making sure that the arrangements are clear and concise. What I mean by that is click on this drop down box here, which is the arrow in a box pointing downwards. That will show the global tracks, which involves the arrangement, marker, signature and tempo. In this instance, we're going to just concentrate on the arrangement section. So Logic has already defaulted what it believes to be the introduction and the verse and the chorus of the track. Now we need to make sure that sits in well with what we actually have on the screen. So I know that the introductory part of my song ends approximately here, because that's where my lead vocal comes in for the verse. So we need to make sure that sits there. So let's first of all zoom in slightly by using the zoom in keys at the top right hand corner of the screen. And then go down here. I always use a bar as a guide, it's just something I do. And then I know that's the introduction, so I leave it there. Now the verse ends, I believe, here, because I come in and start singing the hook from there. So what I first of all need to do is highlight these regions here, because I know that's the chorus, and press J on the keyboard. That has now created one track, which will be the hook. Now I'm going to drag that part now down one to the track below, so that region will sit below the lead vocal. We're going to rename it by clicking on the left hand side here, and we're going to rename it chorus, because that is what the chorus is. Then we're going to also join all the regions for the lead vocal, because that is the verse. So again, it's clear that all that section is for the verse. The next thing we're going to do is go back up to the arrangement section, as I mentioned, and we're going to make sure that the verse shows clearly by dragging where the verse starts and stops. And the verse, as you can see, stops approximately here, and then the hook starts about, so let's just move this bit by dragging again to the end, so the hook ends about there. And I believe that the chorus starts about there. Again, I'm just going to use my bar just to double check that it starts about there, I think. Let's have a look. Give or take, it starts there. Perfect. Right, so now we've marked where our intro is, verse is, and the chorus. This is an interlude, so there's only an intro, verse and chorus. Okay, no bridges or extra hooks, etc. Now once you've done that, you might want to just minimize your screen a little bit by zooming in, and then you can see that I have a lot of ad-libs or harmonies, and I have harmonies that fit into the verse, and also a few harmonies that go into the chorus. So if I just start from here, I know that this area here, all these bits are for the harmonies for the chorus. So the first one I'm going to do is highlight all the tracks, regions for the ad-libs that will sit under the lead vocal, which is for the verse. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is press Command on the keyboard and click on all those tracks that need to sit under your verse. So let's just highlight that. Okay, once you've done that, you just drag that section upwards. So we're going to just pull it under lead vocal. Okay, right. So now all those are under the lead vocal, and you can see that the chorus is now pushed down here, which is fine. The next one I'm going to want to do is make sure, because the stand has just gone up at the top there, so let's just bring that down there, because that's meant to sit under the chorus. So now you can see clearly all this bit is the introduction, And again, I'm going to rename that. That's a part of my introduction, which is a bit of vocal. So I'm going to call it intro vocal. And what I'm going to do with that is just push it under the telephone dialing section there, so it fits in. And then I have another telephone section, but that's at the end of the track here. So clearly we have the introduction here now, we have the verse, lead vocal, and then we have all the vocals that sit under that verse. The next thing we're going to do now is, I've realised that I've missed a section here that should go under the verse again. So we're going to press Command again and click on those regions and push them upwards, just under where, just above where it says chorus. Let's bring it up there. That's it. So now everything is sitting under the verse section, okay? Now we're on to the chorus. So everything's already sitting under the chorus, but to make it look a bit cleaner, I have two very light harmony sections, which are below here, and I want them to sit under the main chorus. So I'm just going to press Command again and click on the regions that I want to move, which is that one and that one. And I'm going to push them under where it says chorus. Sometimes it can be a bit tedious, you have to keep pushing it like that. And I'm going to rename the audio 22 to chorus under light, because I know that's what I've sang there. So now that I know what that is, okay. And then the next thing you might want to do, again, if you want to tidy up this a bit better, you can just select on the regions and just move them and position them how you like. I tend to do it like this by just making it all a bit clearer for me, because I know what's coming next. And then the two bottom ones here should be along with where it says hi, I'm the other woman. That's a high harmony. So again, I just push them like that and leave it like that. Okay. Now what you might want to do, you might see that there's extra tracks sitting in it in this that you don't want. How to get rid of tracks that you may have created and not deleted? You just press edit and press track and press delete unused. Then all the unused tracks will be deleted. Now as you can see, this looks very, very clean now, because you can see that we have a verse and a chorus. However, as I mentioned earlier, there is an outro section, which is here.
Hello? 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 Hello?
So what I might want to do is actually move this back to the end where the chorus actually ends, which is here, before the telephone sections come in. And then we might want to add another bit here. So we press the add button next to arrangement, and it will automatically come up with whatever Logic uses. Press the arrow key and select outro, and then again align it to the end of that bit of the song, or you can overlap, it's fine. So now you can see already this looks so much cleaner and makes more sense. Okay, the next thing you might want to do now is colour them. What you need to do is press Option and C on your keypad, and then the colour palette appears. The next thing you want to do is choose a colour. So for the instrumental, I'm going to make it yellow. Okay. And then I'm going to make my lead vocals for the verse red. All my harmonies associated with the verse purple. Okay. And my lead vocal for the hook, I'm going to make it green. And again, all my harmonies, I'm going to make it purple again. Okay, so there I can see straight away there's something different there and there's something different there, but they're all basically the same thing, which is harmonies and unders. Then we're going to make the introductory part like a blue, all of it. Do is also colour this in blue by pressing the same colour, so we know there's association between the two. So sorry, just colour that, highlighting it and then choosing the relevant colour. Okay, so now we know there's association there between those two. So already you can see that your screen looks clearer. You can also colour these sections in here. So again, press Option and C on your keypad. And again, we know that the intros are going to be that blue colour, so let's make that blue. The verse is going to be red, so let's make that red. The main chorus bit is going to be green, so let's make that green. And then the outro again, it's going to be like the verse, so click on that. Oops, sorry, click on that. I don't know why it's not moving. Let's just make that the right colour, but it doesn't matter. Anyway, you get the gist. So basically you can see clearly introduction, where the verse starts and ends, where the chorus starts and ends, and where the outro is. So that is a very quick way of making your screen look way more presentable and nicer. And if you want to close things down, you just close and hide the global track like that. But again, you'll lose where everything sits clearly by opening that up. So that is how I make my tracks look more presentable. Also, sometimes if you want to send a whole project to someone to mix for you, you might want to make it presentable to them, so it's easier for them to identify tracks. Also, just another few tips, just make sure that you name your tracks appropriately, and make sure that it's something that you can remember. So maybe use the same sort of words. So I use a lot lead vocal, hook, and then if I'm doing extra hook takes, I might use high hook, low hook, medium hook, or you just got to use terms that you will remember. So I hope you find this tutorial very helpful, and I hope I didn't talk too fast through it. If you have any questions, give me a shout by sending me an email, making a comment, and also visit my website www.rochellearthurs.com for more information. And please check out my other playlists. If you want to hear when I'm ranting about certain things, check that out. If you want to see some music that I've created and sang, some videos, check out my videos from my singing corner. And again, all my Logic Pro X tutorials, as well as some past interviews which I've done with several hip hop artists and R&B artists. Okay, thank you so much, and take care and have a lovely day.